Hello everyone, this is Critic giving you a shoutcast between July Prime and Junwi Prime versus EG Axslav and EG StrifeCro here on Monolith Ridge. This is Game 5 in the Best of 7 series. Was reviewing a couple of the games, and it looks like this game got lost in terms of my upload. So I am recasting this, or casting this for the first time. I'm not 100% sure, but we now already see Axslav moving out with a very, very early probe and maybe setting up a proxy pylon, most likely a 10 pylon followed by a 10 gateway and a 10 gateway for a very, very early, very effective zealot rush. Now, because of the shared location here, yeah, we do see that that probe is now wandering back and forth between these two locations here. It should be setting up a probe in just or setting up a pylon here in just a moment, and then getting those gateways down as well. So that probe just patrolling right there. Meanwhile, we currently have I believe this is Junwi Prime as the pink Terran player, just mining out, trying to get a strong economy going. He doesn't know about about what's going to be happening with those gateways here in just a moment. There's already one gateway. The second gateway will be coming online in just a second, and then Axslav most likely will train up, I believe, 2 additional probes, I don't know if it's exactly 10 probes that you need in order to keep up constant zealot production, but I do believe that you can keep it relatively up, or keep it up with a relatively limited number of probes. So now finally getting those additional probes as well, and now the probe will be trying to come in and doing some scouting. So we'll see, no, not scouting, just coming back around, and it looks like it tried to fake its opponent by scouting from the right side of the map, from the east side of the map. As the probe now comes in, it will quickly see that there is already an extractor in play. Now you see that spawning pool currently being built as well. And that means we will have metabolic boosted lings very early on. As soon as this SCV comes up this ramp, it will quickly spot absolutely nothing and know that something is wrong. It's going to look around the map, see that there is another pylon here, but that is it, and that is a very, very bad sign indeed. Junwi Prime must realize that something is wrong in terms of the strategy, and just knowing that there is probably a proxy gateway. 1 zealot is already out across the map, 2 additional zealots now being trained, heading straight into the Zerg base already, and now in come those Zerglings. 6 Zerglings plus 1 zealot now charging straight into the base, trying to get as much damage as possible. The Zerglings are on creep now, and now going after many of those drones. The drones are trying to mineral on themselves and now try to get a very, very decent surround on those drones. Drones now doing a little bit of a spread there and now trying to attack back, able to just get a decent surround on top of many of those units. And it looks like some of those Zerglings will die, but many of those drones are getting taken down as well, and this is not very good at all. There are only a couple drones left in this fight as another zealot is now making their way in. That queen needs to get out. Oh, the queen was canceled. Not exactly sure why the queen was canceled, but the queen was, it looked like the queen was canceled for just a moment there, and now that is going to be a problem as those drones are desperately trying to run away. We do see some Marines now coming in as well, so 1 Marine trying to fend off this attack, but really, in 2v2, you have to be ready for this very, very early, very aggressive behavior. Drones now trying to run away. Zerglings continuing to come back in as well. Zealots trying to catch up. More Zealots still walking up this ramp. And I believe Axslav and StrifeCro will be able to just take this game with relative ease. We do see that there is double barracks now being placed down in addition to more racks being placed down. But you also see that Junwi getting another refinery. So not quite sure what that's about. Trying to go for another refinery at this stage. Probably not the best use of your SCVs, as you really need to try to get more Marines at this stage. Marauders may also help as well, but back here, Zerglings still trying to be trained up, are going to be able to run away, perhaps live to fight another day, and now those Zerglings running straight into the base of the Zerg player. There's not much going on here. StrifeCro doesn't have that many drones. Taking a look at the unit count, 20 harvesters for Junwi, 17 and 12 for the other side. So, and we do have a stronger economy coming in from Team EG, but there are mules over here, and now Zephy just trying to get a strong economy going. Will he be able to get a strong enough economy going to fight back against this very, very early aggressive push? It's still really, really difficult to say, as those zealots are now coming back in order to just build. The zealots are now coming back in order to protect against any Marine and early aggression there. We do see a reactor now coming online and now getting that stim pack. So stim pack now being researched as well. Also needs to get that combat shield, getting more reactors, trying to get up a very, very strong Marine army. Those Supply depot should be raised just in case. Production-wise, we now see a Baneling nest coming in, so StrifeCro will be trying to Baneling bust this front door, and it's going to be absolutely falling with ease, as there is not many high hit point buildings in this location here. There is a reactor now down, but that reactor isn't even finally double training Marines now. And now we also see another reactor here, and now trying to train up even more Marines. A supply depot or perhaps bunkers needs to be placed down, or even buildings on that low ground as well, so that Marauders can sit here and then Marines can sit in the back here. Marauders can absorb many of that Baneling attack. Back over here, we now see Zerglings continuing to run around. There is currently one Extractor and now one Overlord in the air. That spawning pool will be bleeding to death in just a moment there. We now see Marines now trying to run back here, just trying to guard this positioning, but with Banelings now being hatched, I do not believe that these Marines will be very, very long for life. Army-wise, 1,050 in just pure Marines. So a lot of Marines indeed on the move. 23 Marines now on the move, trying to look for a target, a possible target, and trying to win with just pure Marine micro. There is Stimpack research, so that will help with trying to kite those Banelings, but he has to be very careful about the brush. On the brush he's able to hide Banelings right here and then detonate right as that Marine comes through. No, it's not going to happen, as Zerglings just coming to the slaughter. Marines now trying to move out. Banelings now over there, and now let's see what's going to be happening as those Banelings are now getting separated. Oh, force fields coming in, and oh, perfect force fields, taking down many of those Marines there. We now see the just pure combination of death with force fields and Banelings, how strong that is. Only one Baneling was all it took in order to melt so many of those Marines, as they are using Stimpack. Now Marines now trying to run away. The metabolic boost is coming online. Are we going to get some force fields? No force fields yet, as those Marines are just trying to pull away. Once again, Zerglings continuing to give chase. One Overlord in the air, going to get quickly shot down. And July says GG. So yeah, GG coming in from July and Junwi. Very, very well played, just very aggressive play coming in from EG Axslav and EG StrifeCro. Perhaps if the Terran player had decided to go Refinery into Barracks Factory, that would have worked much, much better. Also, as a Zerg player, you need to scout out and make sure that you are not getting 10 gated, especially when you're facing against any Protoss player. That is a very common strategy, especially as a Zerg player, where one, you cannot wall in yourself that easily with sentries or with a front door seal like supply depots and barracks. I believe if July was able to spot this out in time and see that there was in fact going to be a 10 gate, he should have gone for a spawning pool first, followed by Queens and Spine Crawlers. Those Spine Crawlers with that natural 2 base armor is very, very strong against Zerglings and Zealots early in the game. That Queen could have stayed behind, trying to train up additional Queens as well. Transfusion would have given those Spine Crawlers additional life, and this game would have been completely different. But thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between 2v2 replay and Game 5 in this Best of 7 series between StrifeCro and Axslav versus July and Junwi.